very much, Mayor. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce, our Chamber of Commerce, for your partnership on this event this morning. And I'd like to recognize the Mayor's leadership. I don't know about you, but I got kind of tired looking at that list from last year. I know all of our city employees that are here are probably going, who did all of that, you know? But we all did it together. We did it with an outstanding mayor, and we did it with an outstanding city council. And I'm privileged to continue to be a part of this community and a part of this organization, working with a tremendous city council once again, people who are dedicated to the well-being of our community. I'm very proud to be associated with them. It is an honor to be here with you this morning, and I look forward to the opportunity of reviewing with you our plans for 2013. We have prepared also our annual report, which is available upon your departure this morning, which will give you a bit more information about our 2012 accomplishments. Before I begin, however, I would like to take a moment and recognize some of those employees that are here, key staff members that help me lead the organization in accomplishing the City Council's goals. First, my executive team, including Assistant City Managers Karen Glenn, Karen Daly, and Steve Griffith, and Director of Public Affairs Judy Janacek. Would y'all stand, please? Thank you all very much. I couldn't do it without you. Next, I would like to ask for our department heads that are here to stand and be recognized for their hard work and a very successful year. Please. Thank you very much. You all deserve to take great pride in all of our accomplishments this last year, because we're going to rely upon you to get us through the coming year and have another successful year. Beginning with the 2013, the city's budget totals $182 million and is structurally balanced, meaning that recurring revenues fund recurring expenses. That's the way we make sure that we don't get ahead of ourselves financially. The total budget represents a slight decrease from fiscal year 2012, but we were able to maintain and meet the needs of growth within our community with small increases in revenue, both in sales and property tax revenues. However, our property tax continues to be one of the lowest in the state of Texas, actually the second lowest for cities in our size range. I'm confident that in our ability to be able to meet our budget projections on revenues and expenditures and ensure that we continue to meet our service commitments and protecting the long-term financial integrity of the city. In fact, we're very pleased that we're starting this year a little better than was anticipated when we put together the budget for 2013, in that we ended fiscal year 2012 with a $2.3 million surplus in the general fund due to our conservative revenue estimates and underspending of the approved budget. And thanks again to all of our department heads and city employees for your fiscal stewardship there. Last year, I shared with the city that the City Council had authorized over $266 million in capital projects since 2010. This aggressive infrastructure investment continues in 2013 with the allocation of an additional $27 million to meet capital improvement needs. And we will be able to fund more than $128 million over the next 5 years in capital improvement program, or what we refer to as our CIP. Looking forward, over 1/3 of the 5-year CIP will be dedicated to water and sewer improvements. This will fund various expansion and rehabilitation needs within our utility system. And this will include projects such as our newest water tower, which you probably have been seeing going up adjacent to US Highway 59 near the University of Houston. Additionally, 2013 will also see the completion of our new surface water treatment plant. Late this summer, we'll wrap up one of the most complex projects that the city has worked on in its history. This plan is a major step in making sure that we are securing our future water needs, represents 10 years of work planning to reduce the dependency of the city on groundwater. Recognizing the importance of water to our future, we have been acquiring additional surface water rights for more than a decade from Gulf Coast Water Authority, Brazos River Water Authority, and we've also been working to perfect water rights that were originally owned by the Imperial Sugar Company, and then ultimately through WCID number 1, they were transferred to the city as well. In fact, we've continued to acquire these rights as recently as this year, and when combined with our groundwater supplies, we have additional, and the additional water rights, we will be able to meet our projected ultimate peak summer day demand and have over 100% of that supply available. So we're very pleased, and it's taken a long time to get to this point, but we're ready for the future. And though we believe that we have secured sufficient water supplies to meet our needs of our ultimate population, we'll continue to work on water conservation efforts so that we can not over-rely upon each of those independent water sources, and also help keep our costs down, which, as you know, and those of you that are paying attention and working in Austin know very well, that water is only going to become more and more expensive as time goes on. So conservation is going to become more and more important. And we will need to work with local, regional, and state organizations to strengthen both the security and the reliability of those water supplies. Moving to street construction, we will see the completion of some of our most significant ongoing street projects, including Lexington Boulevard, University Boulevard, and Dulles Avenue, all expected to be finished this spring. Additionally, this year, we'll see the completion of the Burney Road widening project, which is a partnership project with Fort Bend County, being managed by Fort Bend County and partially funded by the City of Sugar Land. We'll also continue to make needed improvements in street projects to increase capacity within the roadway, including projects such as the start of a 12-month construction project to complete University Boulevard there behind the Sam's Walmart Center to intersect with US 90A and make that connection between Highway 6, US 90A. And we will continue to work with Union Pacific Railroad and our private sector partners, Nalco and Johnson Development, on extending University Boulevard across US 90A and the railroad tracks into the Imperial Development. Further, we will be presenting the results of an extensive pavement management study in 2013 that will help us plan for the prudent investment of about $30 million that is currently reserved in our 5-year CIP for future needs. Overall, these projects are just a snapshot of the city's aggressive approach to capital improvements, which has enabled us to meet our infrastructure needs as the city ages and grows, whether this is by building new capacity or making additional investments in rehabilitation. Our financial management and planning practices have not only allowed us to meet our needs, but have also earned us top credit ratings, extremely competitive interest rates, enabling us to further exceed expectations with our available resources. And while we have been extremely successful in maximizing the available funds for our needs, we have not been able to build all of the quality of life projects or wants that have come forward to us by the community through community meetings, surveys, and other public forums. Recognizing how important these wants are to the future success and completeness of our city, the city made a decision to begin listing unfunded projects in the CIP several years ago, and the current unfunded list includes $55 million in unfunded quality of life projects for which we are continuing to plan but cannot afford to construct. For instance, we're continuing to partner with our partner, the University of Houston, on our future festival site to be located on the property that the city has leased from the university located on the University of Houston Sugar Land campus. We are currently working on finalizing an agreement that will provide the direction with an agreement between the city and the university for infrastructure and programming of that site. We're also continuing to plan for the future of the Brazos River Park, which is where we currently hold our Memorial Day events. If you've been to that, that's where our dog park is. Well, we're working to extend that the entire stretch all the way to 59. This will eventually include natural amenities for residents and visitors to enjoy. Additionally, we're designing a future multi-sport adult recreational complex that will include needed athletic and entertainment facilities such as tennis, cricket, and others that will be located within the Telfair subdivision. And we are also currently in the process of completing an update to our city's pedestrian and bicycle plan with the help of an 11-member citizen task force. We're hoping to have the recommendations from this group this summer, and will identify proposed walking and biking facilities that will provide trails, wider sidewalks, bicycle routes along street corridors throughout the city, and that will include cost estimates and prioritization of those projects when those recommendations come forward. Again, although we are unable to fund the construction of these projects within our current tax capacity, we believe that they are important and would create unparalleled recreational experiences, unique public spaces, and provide residents and visitors with opportunities to cultivate an even stronger sense of community within Sugar Land. With that, stay tuned. The mayor is going to be making a special announcement at the end of today's presentation, asking for your help to help us support the construction of these projects. In addition to tangible capital improvements, it's also important that we continue to work with the community to refine and implement our long-term vision. Therefore, we will be working with our citizens to update the future land use section of the city's comprehensive plan in 2013. We will be looking for volunteers for that project also. We anticipate soliciting volunteers this summer to help us study a variety of land uses and determine the future land uses. The mayor mentioned environmental stewardship, and as you saw, we were very proud to get certified LEED certification for Fire Station number 7 this last year. We are going to continue to work on our environmental stewardship to make Sugar Land a better place to live. Under the city's new recycling program, our diversion rate has more than tripled, increasing from 10% to over 32%. We have set a goal of 40%. And with our residents now recycling 83 pounds per month, we're on our way to reaching that goal. And we're very proud of that and thankful to our partners, Republic Waste, for that excellent program that they have provided to our city. And we are also going to be looking at accomplishing a commercial solid waste recycling program as well this coming year. We have planned to approve agreements with 2 of our development partners to build wastewater reuse systems at 2 of our 3 wastewater treatment plants. And we will begin making investments in a compressed natural gas vehicle program for our city fleet, including the construction of our first CNG fueling station this year. Additionally, we'll be working with our Republic Services partner on their CNG conversion, which will decrease emissions by approximately 30% and reduce noise and provide a little bit more citizen comfort. We're expecting that those CNG use to reduce noise for our citizens for that services that's provided. Finally, we believe that supporting the cultivation of the community through the cultural arts is an extremely important element of our quality of life and our continued economic development. Accordingly, not only are we working on projects, as have been mentioned, the Performing Arts Center and the festival site, we're also in the final phase of a cultural arts study to develop a comprehensive multi-year strategic plan for the cultural arts in our city. One particularly important outcome of this project will be defining what role the city needs to play in helping to promote the arts within Sugar Land. It's anticipated that this draft plan will be ready for review by the public within the next few months. And with that, I'd like to turn it back over to Mayor Thompson for a wrap-up of our 2013 preview.
Very good.